Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Monday, the 5th of June. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. It's a brand new week. Anything's possible, and so glad you've decided to spend some of your morning here with us at Mornings on Main Street. I do chuckle because I promise you I have more than black in my wardrobe, even though it seems like I doesn't. Okay, you guys, what we have in store for you today, another fun show. And we're starting off with looking at the life of a pet or animal photographer. So Riley's Pet Market is located in Clarksville, Tennessee. Well, its owner, or it's a husband and wife that own this particular spot. And the wife, let me share with you, is a phenomenal pet photographer who has even captured the pictures that you see on the outside of the building. But we give you a little insight into what it is like to make sure you capture a pet or an exotic animal at just the right time. She shares that with us. And then after that, in our Let's Eat segment, Catherine Mayhew takes us to Dumpling House. And you know, if there's dumpling in the name and that's what they make, you know it's sure to be delicious. But she shares all of the good eats at Dumpling House in our Let's Eat segment this morning. Man, I love Mondays. After that, we hear from County Executive Graham Stowe out of Giles County. Now, he started as a Coast Guard captain, spent many years in the military before pursuing a seat as county executive so he can continue to help Giles County progress forward. We'll hear from him this morning. He has a great story to share. But first, let's check out what's making our headlines today. There is a proposal to increase undergraduate in-state tuition and mandatory fees at Middle Tennessee State University by the university's Board of Trustees. Now, the university projects an annual revenue increase of $3.75 million from this. So what does it look like for you, the student? The proposed tuition increase would be $102 per student per semester, bringing the amount from $3,852 to $3,954. The next meeting of the Board of Trustees that is scheduled for June 20th. Would you like to comment? Well, just head over to mainstreetmedia.com for where to send your comments and your thoughts on this proposal. Coming up on later this week, on the weekend, June 10th through the 11th, it's the Great Tennessee Air Show at the Smyrna Rutherford County Airport. This year's show will have the first female pilot of a Navy Blue Angels fighter jet joining the event. The president-breaking pilot is Navy Lieutenant Amanda Lee from Mounds View, Minnesota. Would you like to attend? Well, head over to CheathamCountyExchange.com for your ticket information and to learn more about the Blue Angels flight team. And CMA Fest is almost here. What an exciting time. Check out Mary Hance's Miss Cheeks article at MainStreetMediaTN.com for the details for the free daytime entertainment. I said free for this Music City event happening June 8th through the 11th. This is the 50th anniversary of the event. There are free stages with entertainers like Lainey Wilson, Ray Lynn, Ty Herndon, and Uncle Cracker. Find out all the information that will help you out for CMA Fest by visiting, again, our website, MainStreetMediaTN.com.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Vote for Area 51 Tech Solutions for Best Computer and Electronic Repair in Main Street Awards Best of Dixon. Thank you for your vote.
Main Street Awards Best of Dixon. Vote for us in Best Burger, Best Dessert, Best Overall Restaurant, Best to Go, Best Dining Deal.
It's hard not to notice the cute photos of pets that adorn the windows at Riley's Pet Market in Clarksville. Walk in and you see even more beautiful shots of all types of pets. The person behind this creativity, owner and certified professional photographer, Ashlea Lisefski.
I stay behind the camera. I am never in front of the camera.
From sports to photographing and training dolphins at SeaWorld, and then it was pet photography. She started with cats and dogs, but needed a challenge.
So so started photographing birds, learning how to photograph birds and tweaking it until I got it just right. And then just wanted to see what other challenge I could have. So we've had wallabies in here, we've had monkeys, we've had fox, we've had caiman gators. That was cool. Tarantulas, spiders, every lizard you can think of, tegu. Trying to think of what else. I don't know, the crazier the better.
So how does one find exotic pets to photograph?
I kept hearing, people would come into shop and I would hear like, oh, I have a friend that has a fox, or I have a friend that has a wallaby. And I'm like, oh, who are these people and where are they at? So I actually ended up doing a model call for exotic animals and then went through and picked the ones that I really wanted to work with and wanted to photograph. And really for me too, it's learn more about the animal, the species, because like I said, I just love learning about different types of animals. And so I had a lot of people reach out and we started bringing people in that way.
And of course, I had to ask, which pet has been the most challenging to photograph?
The fox, and just because they don't stop moving, and the wallabies, because they just hopped back and forth for like 2 hours. They were super fun, super friendly. They hopped around the store, they hopped around here. They just hung out with us for the day, and it was so much fun, so much fun.
And each pet has a distinct personality.
We had 2 German Shepherds that came in, and one was really nervous, and the other one, I mean, they were both excited, but one was nervous, one was more excited. So just letting them calm down, letting them like do their thing, be themselves, like be crazy. And I mean, the most important is like getting the true personality, because if they're nervous, you're gonna see it in the photo, and you're just gonna be able to tell they're not comfortable. So making them comfortable, and that's why we have our toys and the treats and the funny noises and all the things to like help them calm down. I mean, if it's a dog that just, or well, no, just dogs for leashes, but a dog that has no sit and stay, then we do a lead, and then I just Photoshop the lead out so you never know it's there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so there's little tricks. And I couldn't imagine ever not doing it. I love having the retail side, because I'm also connecting with pet owners and being able to help them as well. So we did a lot of, when we decided to move here from Orlando, expand, I had the studio in Orlando, but we wanted to do more for the pet community. And so we decided to bring the retail side in. And so my husband and I went and got certified in pet nutrition so that we're able to help pet parents with the right foods to feed and the right treats to feed and what to do if this happens and things like that. So it's what's the right word? I love being able to help other pet parents, and I try to do that in the photography world as well, with helping rescues and doing adoption photos and things like that. But I wanted to do more. I wanted to be able to do more. So that's why we opened the store, the retail side.
As for the Riley and Riley's Pet Market, that is named after Ashlea and Michael Lisefski's beloved pet that brought them together.
So that's Riley. We named the store after him because he was our first child. We had him long before kids. He's kind of the reason that Michael and I got together. So we were next door neighbors, and Riley used to run next door. And he would scratch on Michael's door, and I would have to go chase him, and that's how I met Michael.
Stay with us. Mornings on Main Street. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel, urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
Main Street Awards Best of Dixon County is happening now. Please vote for Redbird Realty. We appreciate your support.
Vote for us Best Insurance in the Main Street Awards Best of Dixon voting. Micah Blount State Farm Insurance. Thank you for your vote.
Welcome back. When you're a restaurant and you have the name Dumpling House, you better believe you better have a darn good dumpling. And I tell you, Catherine Mayhew, our food reporter and columnist, says they do have a darn good dumpling there at Dumpling House. Catherine, always good to see you for our Let's Eat segment.
Well, it's good to see you too.
Thank you. Okay, so tell us about Dumpling House and the type of dumplings they offer.
Well, you know, every culture has a dumpling. I mean, literally every culture. These are obviously Asian dumplings, what you would get at a Japanese restaurant, Chinese restaurant, Korean restaurant. And it's in a little cute house on Bell Court, right off of Hillsborough in Hillsborough Village. And yes, of course, when you go in there, what are you going to order? A dumpling, of course. And they have a darn good dumpling. They do obviously steamed and fried like every dumpling place does. But the way they fry them is different. When they come to the table, they've got these lacy edges from the frying that are super crisp and super delectable. And the dumpling wrappers are very, very thin. And you know that they're rolled by hand because when you walk into Dumpling House, you will see people sitting at a table or behind the counter actually rolling the dumplings. And if you've never seen that process, it's hard. It's very hard, painstaking work. So it makes you appreciate your dumplings a lot more.
Well, I would say, okay, so I'm not well versed in dumplings. Are dumplings all stuffed with the same thing, or can you have different things in the dumpling?
No, generally speaking, they're stuffed with some kind of protein. There's a lot of pork dumplings, pork and chive, pork and onion, shrimp. The Dumpling House has a curry beef dumpling, which is unusual. And it has slightly, I don't know, Indian overtones. It's got, you know, some cumin and turmeric and more Indian spices in it, but it's terrific. And then they have something that's kind of unusual, but appealing to me. They will do a pork dumpling, and they call it peanut butter pork dumpling. And that makes it sound like there's just a glob of peanut butter in the bowl. No, it's the peanut sauce you would get with like a sauté.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So if you're a peanut sauce person, those are really, really terrific. And then they have other things that sort of surround the dumplings. They have a good cucumber salad, which is, again, an Asian version where the sauce is like soy sauce and rice wine vinegar, and they throw in some chilies and they smash the cucumbers versus cutting them, which makes them a little more juicy. I mean, it's a terrific side dish. And they also have deep fried rock shrimp with a sort of a very delectable, but it's going to sound bad. It's a mayonnaise sauce.
Okay.
But it's not just, again, it's not a glob of mayonnaise. They mix it with another kind of sauce. So it's sort of sweet and spicy and creamy all at the same time. It's delicious.
What's the layout of the restaurant like? Is there an outside area? Can you enjoy the dumplings outside, or is it just inside?
No, this is a great place, particularly spring, summer, fall, to watch all the cool kids. There is an indoor part. It's a converted house, and there is an indoor part, but there's also a terrific patio deck
Nice.
That looks right out onto Belcourt Street. And, it's covered umbrellas. It's a lovely place to sit. And there's 2 other really good Asian restaurants on either side of Dumpling House. So if you sort of want to go, feel like you're going to like Chinatown in San Francisco, or Koreatown in Los Angeles, this is a little teeny tiny bit of that that you can, enjoy. I think it's Japanese. There's a noodle shop next door to Dumpling House, and then Dumpling House itself. So it's a terrific place to go spend an afternoon, have a beer and a dumpling or 10.
I like that. Couple beers, 10 dumplings. Yes. Belcourt seems to be more of a happening area. I feel like more things are popping up there. Is that the case?
It's always been kind of a happening place.
Okay.
But what's happening now, it used to be the place Pancake Pantry, everybody knows that. And Fido's is there, which is a great breakfast lunch spot. But nothing like sort of exotic in a way. And now there are much more interesting restaurants sort of making their way into that area. But the territory's limited. It's, anybody who's been in that area, there's not a lot of room to expand, the business footprint. So a lot of times businesses are coming in and replacing other businesses rather than sort of adding on to the menu.
When you said Fido's, it now clicked on exactly where that is. That's over by Belmont. There used to be a restaurant near there, Cabana. And am I thinking about the same area? Do you know?
Yeah. There used to be on the other side. This is like the restaurant graveyard history lesson. On the other side of Hillsborough, there was Cabana. There was Sunset Grill.
Yes.
Much more upscale restaurants that Sunset Grill, sadly, is no longer there. I don't believe Cabana is either.
I think you're right. And I spent many a fun times at Cabana. Oh, memories.
Well, it's a great little, Hillsborough Village is just, if you've never been to Nashville, it's the place that you wouldn't think to go, honestly, but it's just so cute, like cute little shops, great walkability. I love it.
Well, I am just, again, every time we talk, I just add another place to my list. I'm running out of money, Catherine. I'm running out of money.
I will meet you at Dumpling House anytime. They're so good.
Fantastic. Well, Dumpling House, thank you for sharing all of that with us. Catherine, we appreciate it. We'll continue eating as we hope you will too, so you can let us know all the greatness out there.
Absolutely.
All right. Talk to you soon. All right. Stick right here. It's a beautiful Monday as we talk about food. It's always a good day to talk food, but we have more coming up right after this.
Vroom, vroom. Time for the Rackley Roofing 200, and it is going to be June 23rd out at the Nashville Super Speedway. And we partnered up, all of us here at Main Street Media TV, and we have joined with Rackley Roofing to send you. Yep, what you got to do to win? All you got to do is go to your favorite Main Street Media website, look for the Enter to Win banner, click there, and you're in. Like Flynn. Isn't that cool? Main Street Media TV and Rackley Roofing sending you to the races.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
Welcome back to Today's Better Health. I'm Colleen Barton, and I'm here with Dr. Gil Kentoff and Dr. Wendy Toohey, and we're talking about the latest treatments in back and neck pain.
Many people, Colleen, come to see us with neck and back pain, and they develop tingling and numbness down the arm or lower back pain that develops into sciatica shooting down their leg. And for these patients, we have an advanced treatment technology, non-surgical decompression therapy that we really introduced to this area. It separates the vertebrae and creates a suction to allow fluids and nutrients back in to heal the disc naturally, relieving pressure on the nerve and on the joint. It's an amazing treatment.
We've been helping patients like this for the last 30 years, helping them get back to work, get back to their family, get back to the life they want to live.
I mean, it really is amazing. Technology helping us to live pain-free and better lives. Right. And I bet you have a special offer.
The first 25 callers will receive an examination, x-rays, review of our findings, and their first treatment, all for $39.
Call 615-551-3897 today to receive this special offer.
Vote for us Best Burgers and Breakfast in the Main Street Awards Best of Dixon. We look forward to serving you. Thank you for your vote.
Please vote Pamela with First Lending Solutions online Best Mortgage Lender in Main Street Awards Best of Dickson County. Thank you for your vote.
Welcome back. You know, I am so lucky now to sit down with the county executive here in Giles County. I have Mr. Graham Stowe with us. First off, thanks so much for giving me your time.
Oh, thanks for letting me be here. It's great.
You know, you've only been in your position for 7 months now,
That's
as we were
right.
talking.
Mm-hmm.
You have such a love of serving. Where does that come from?
Just about anything I've learned, I guess, is from observation. I grew up with parents who served. My dad was a military member. I think I'm 4th generation military service. So that was something that was ingrained into me.
Well, give us a little bit of your background. For those who may not be familiar with Graham Stowe, I know we can Google everything, but can you share some of your background?
Sure. I was pretty much raised in eastern North Carolina in a small county of about 30,000 people, similar to Giles County, but it was just coastal. And then at 17 years old, I went to the Coast Guard Academy and then had a 27-year career in the Coast Guard, moved around the country, loved that career. And then along the way, got married. I have 6 children. And then when we retired in 2010, we retired from Alaska. We were looking for a place to raise our family in a community of like-minded people who love family and community, and we came here. It's a wonderful place to be.
What kind of pushed you or kind of steered you to the position that you're in now?
That was a good question. I guess leadership and service is you know, part of the that's the nucleus of military service, and I think there was an opportunity here in county government to serve.
And that's the reason, just that right there.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I've got a lot of, just to follow up with that, I've got a lot of friends that I'm in touch with, classmates from the academy, and some of them are school board members. Some of them, I got a friend who's a representative in Wyoming. They're all serving too, so we all encourage one another.
Very nice, very nice. So only 7 months in, how has your leadership roles in the past, how is that already helping you in this position now?
That's a good question. Leadership varies with who your team members are. And in the past, one of the critiques of me as a military professional was that I was going to come in as an authoritarian and everybody would follow my orders. And that's not obviously the way you lead in county government. It's all about relationships. But obviously that's the way it is in the military too. So establishing relationships, I guess one of the hard things with county government, different from the military, is that in the military, you have a lot of responsibility, but you also have the authority to execute your responsibilities. In county government, there's a lot of responsibility and very little authority to execute, so I need a lot of good relationships and people that will work with me, and we're working on that.
Speaking of those relationships, I know you have to make certain decisions. Not everyone's going to like those decisions. Where is your sounding board? Like, who do you kind of run things by?
Well, I've probably no different sounding board than I've had through my whole career. I go to my wife. Mm-hmm. She's very, very good at providing me as a input, counsel, giving me a rounding of things that I'm not seeing. She knows my blind spots well. And then I've got a great group of friends and commissioners that I can rely on. Former commissioners, some of the ones who encouraged me to run, have been fantastic. They're always willing to pick up the phone and always willing to give me advice.
Oh, that's really nice. Well, let's get outside of what you do here in this office and that your free time.
What's that?
When you do have it,
Okay.
You were talking a little bit, you do some woodworking, you
I do.
have a farm.
Yeah.
Share a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, when I have free time, I have, I'm coming into this job from 13 years of really blissful retirement on the farm. So I miss my kids. So I try to spend time with them. But the farm itself a farm is a stretch. It's really more of a homestead. We cut wood for our wood burning in the winter, and we grow a pretty big, about a 1/4 acre garden. Mm-hmm. We have a few head of cattle. So we try to put as much of our own food away as we can. And then I have my shop where I make sawdust and make stuff as often as I can.
Do you ever get lost when you're in your shop doing your
lost?
Woodworking?
Yeah, Tom Petty comes on and I start working on my projects and I'm lost.
I love that so much. What do you hope to do in the time that you serve as county executive?
Well, if I can leave any legacy whatsoever, it would be to to give my successor a strategic plan that hopefully they would agree with, that they can just have a prioritized list of things that we need to tackle in this county. We don't really right now have a capital asset plan. We have a great deal of infrastructure that needs work. So if I can do anything, I want to start chipping away at those projects, but also leave my successor a good understanding of what's going well, what's not going so well, so that they can come in and prioritize what they need to be doing.
Is there anything that I haven't asked you would love people to know about Graham Stowe?
Oh my. No, I'm a pretty private person. Well, I would just say this, you know, in the political environment, a lot of people think that you've got a hidden agenda, that you've got goals that you're not really opening up about. I'm really not that kind of person. I really did come in here to be a public servant. I've observed a lot of politics over the last 40 years of adulthood. Politics drives me nuts, but if I can try to counter that with just being a public servant, leave it better than I found it, which is what I always tried to do on my ships, and then go back to my farm, that will be a success.
I like it. Thank you so much for all of that and for your
you.
time. Stick with us here. We're done with Graham Stowe, but we have much more coming up. We'll be right back.
I'm so excited about this new show.
Dino Trek is back again this year. It's bigger than we've ever had it before.
When they're about 5 months old, we'll start see them sticking their head out of the pouch, or you might see a foot come out or a tail.
It's like an Airbnb for Joey's. Animals, nature, and fun. That's what we're all about. But during that time, we hope that you also learn something, that you're inspired to want to learn something.
What's new at the zoo with Jim Bartu?
Catch At the Zoo exclusively on Main Street Media TV. Check our on-screen TV guide for days and times.
Welcome back. Here's a look back at Touch a Truck that happened at the Clarksville Montgomery County Library this weekend. These events are popular from what I can tell. You can see the crowd that turned out. The kiddos with their parents, they had a phenomenal time interacting with those who are behind the wheel of each of these vehicles, from cop cars to fire trucks to the helicopter that was there at the library over the weekend. They got to hear from them about their job and how to operate the machinery and the vehicles there. They also had a little dance lesson inside going on. But again, it was a great time had by all, as you can see on all the faces there in the video. We always love when you join us on a Monday as well as every other day of the week. So have a blessed rest of your Monday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.